So, continuing the work on Toklo. So we left off unwrapping the body here. So what we need to do is to make sure there's no pinned objects, which doesn't seem that there are. We need to unwrap them. Now I could unwrap it this way, but I think that what would be best, especially for these objects, is just to grab these ones and do U project from view. And then most importantly, select just the boundary. Actually, I'm going to do that. Select just the boundary. Pin. Remove. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is working just fine. Oh, excuse me. Nice. One exception here is I just need to move these ones off to the side so there's no overlap. It's okay if there's overlap with the model, because that is kind of how the body works. Things do pinch and compress. So I think we have that a little bit. Now for these guys, we'll project them from the front. Oops. Actually, it's these ones. Project from view, A. Sure, again, we're selecting just the outside loop. Pin it. Wiggle it. We've got some wrapped claws. All right. Now, these will go with the paw. Where'd the paw go? Didn't I just unwrap it? Oh, it's over there. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Man, that blended right in. I don't see actually. What the fuck? What's going on? There we go. All right. So those go there, and the go here. Like this. All right, let's look at the hand now. So we'll kind of do the same thing. Just grab all the paw pads. Is that Find a nice angle. 5 Z U nope, I U project from view. Okay. And again, order only. Pin. There we go. I don't know why this one's wrong. Or yeah, L Alt P should be this one. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Now I'm actually unsure if the client would want this particular pop pad. Because most pop pads on Canthro characters look a little different. But thankfully, it's actually super easy to fix. We would just close the gap, fill it, automatically unwrap correctly, which is awesome. Power up technology. All right, got all those. And find a good way to project them, I think, from here. And move them. This is the other one. Needs some redux. Then B, Shift M. Is it? What? Heck. That's a selection so odd. Whatever. Put that there. That these kind of a similar size. Yeah, this is right. Like this. Perfect. So there we go. Whole body unwrapped. Perfect. And here are the two paws. I'm going to take both of these, invert my selection, make sure this is scaled correctly, then hit UV average. And that's going to give me going to scale these to be the average size, which just gives me slightly more realistic results. And it makes these squares a little bit closer in size. All right, next is we have the hair. Which actually isn't doing too bad. That worked out pretty well, actually. We'll probably just do a gradient projection, so I think we can keep it just like that for now. We'll go ahead and just combine that with the body. Be right about that big. Next, we also have the mouth, which I'm going to take a look at individually. Really, it's just I don't the teeth connected because they're going to be. It won't be a sharp transition. if they're connected on the UV map. So let's go ahead and make sure there's seams here. And of course here. So Q, mark, seam. Perfect. And then go ahead and select the teeth like this. First, we will project this way. There. First, we'll project this way for the main set of teeth. This will be for just these ones. So these ones will be about there. Just read it out really quick. That one and these ones. You check review. Okay, select everything. There we go. And then this is the bottom row here. Down. And then invert. Select everything. This is the top row. There we go. Those are all the teeth. All right. Now let's make sure we have the Toklo body material on all of these. Make sure we set the subdivision to are these merging here? Whatever. And then lastly, the tongue. What we'll do is we'll do a cut here and here, which allows me to select the whole thing, pin and string. Or not. Because of this. Here. Need one more cut. Right. Here. Then we can pull straight. Here. Why isn't it working? Oh, lastly. So we got the tongue, the gums, and the teeth. will all share the same map. So what we'd like to do is begin to create some setup here. Lock groups, basically. So the first one will be the T. Go ahead and assign islands to lock groups. Now these are all in the same one. Just double check. Okay, nothing else. Then this will be the second lock group, the pause. And let's see, what's this? That's the throat. What's this? That's the nose. The nose. The nose. Stick that there. Call this group 3. Everything else can move around. That's fine. All right. So now I think I can just hit peek. Searching for an optimal setup. That's probably good. There we go. The body is mapped. Perfect. And the eyeball is its own material, so it has its own map. We haven't made it just yet. First thing to do is make a cut. Awesome. And from this first selection, we will do you project from view. Actually, you project from view, fit to bounds. Then we'll use the outer edge, pin it, and I'm just going to scale it down just slightly. Then we'll do the other selection. Also project from view. Pin the center one. Just move it. There we go. Now put the outside. And then we can put the cursor at 0. So I can do 0.6s. That way, everything fits onto this map. And there's my eyeball, unmapped. Or UV mapped. Unmapped? No. Alright, body done. Onto the clothing. Thankfully, this was also rather straightforward. Let's just do a little bit of rearranging here, though. We got our zippers from the jacket. Do this one at a time. So here's our jacket. Bada boom. We've got these. Select everything. Tab A, UV, average. Right. Then back to this. So this is the zipper here. This is the bigger zipper. This is the smaller zipper. These are the zipper handles. I don't know if there's a word for that. Anyway, the button like this. And I think we'll make these their own group. So go back to our lock groups, back to 1, and assign these to lock group 1. Perfect. Then for here, this glasses. This will be group 2 side. Then we've got our pants. Actually, I'll hide the jacket because we do want to include these clips. As well. So select everything, tab A. And clips are pretty much good to go. We'll set them to lock group 3 for sure. And yeah, I don't really need anything else. And we're good to go. Select everything, open it all. A, shrink it. And then nice. That's probably good. Okay. Good enough. Close it. The improvement I can see would be to do this here. That, so we can just get a little bit more out of that one. That's it. All right. So, yeah. We are now ready to start texturing the character. I'm going to go ahead and file, save copy. Call this 03 UV save. Nice. We're going to delete the reference folder. Leave everything is for now. Yeah. And then, so look at solid view. And then, file, export, fbooks. Okay. So it's painter, Toklo, export, save. All right, I've actually been really looking forward to doing the texturing for this, but had a really good idea on how to make folds or fabric. So I'm excited to test it out. Oh. It should look quite realistic while still being no. Well, being optimized, so it's always good. So 2022, fine work. Toklo, painter, Toklo. Okay. And now save. Open that same. I need to save the directory. It's so funny that it doesn't just open the one I just opened. Oh. People can hear me well. Like the mic goes a little far from me, so we'll move it a little bit closer. Hopefully that'll help a little bit if it's been hard to hear me. Anyway. All right, so we got Just make sure everything's separating correctly. Close, separate, eyes separate, body. All right. I'd like to start with the close. We're going to delete that, make a fill. And this is on the wrong layer. Let's make sure we're on correct layer. Boom. This is Toklo clothes base. And now I will open the reference again just on my other monitor. This one so we can start sampling tops. All right. There. Oh, Lord, my brain. Get it, Lux. Go, go, go. All right. And we'll open this in Chrome. All right. So this will be the pale color. And roughness. Oh, it's for the clothes. For the clothes, it'll be this color. Also, the roughness will be low, but let's also pop open the body. Boom. Low roughness. So that's the base pale color. For the eyes, I'm actually going to delete that. And we're going to go here, search template. Grab my eye template because that saves me so much time. I actually really can't emphasize enough how much time that saves me. It's amazing how some things can just take a while. Do that. Irises are too small right now. So we'll go to iris. Actually, I'm curious how this one came in. Where is this? Yeah, it's just right there. Nice. Beauty, eyes, and one. Right about there. I don't need it that intense, but back of the eyeball should be red. It's just muscle and or flesh, blood, and veins back there. And then for this guy, you got the tiling side, so a little bit about there. Let's actually put that with the body so we can get a good estimation. About there, I would say. Pupil border, that's fine for now. But the pupil itself, we would like to also increase in size. Up there. And there is a shadow for the pupil, if I remember correctly. Somewhere. That's that word. I think his eyes are blue. Pupil. A little bit softer. In the iris, I swear there's a shadow. Yeah, I can see it right there. Where's that? That one. Must be this one. Gotcha. Okay. What's this shape right here? There we go. Just gives it a nice little bit of shadow, which I think looks pretty good. Let's double check that eye color. It's brown. Oh, yeah, multi eye color? That's what it says. Multiple colors. It's not having colors. I'll double check with the client on that one. But we'll just do brown for now. These are green. We'll go with a brown. Something like that. Or some sort of brown. All right, perfect. I think I should adjust the eye a little bit in the mesh. So if we go here, actually I want to see the eyeball. Let's just turn to clothing. Just want to bring this forward a ways. And then bring this forward a ways. Like that. All right. File, export F books. Boom. Save. Turn here. Edit. Re-import. Much better. And then for the body, we can start dragging out some template layers. So this was Toklo body base. This will be I don't need to say Toklo every time, but this will be brown fur. And really only needs to inherit the color. Boom, boom. And we'll add a paint layer. Paint one. And all we do is just start blocking out some stuff. It's got some fur pattern like that on the butt. Tail is mostly brown. Definitely almost all the back as well. Most of the head. The kind of upper arm, upper top arm, upper chest, but not actually just like that area. That. Then a little bit there. The hair is all brown. The inside of the ears is not brown, but we'll just fill it in for right now. Then there's like a little pattern here. It comes down like that. This is all just blocking in. We're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking for the general, the gist, the overall shape. Okay. Something like that. Actually, it goes the other way. Now that I'm looking at it. This. Yes. Yes. And then here goes down to like the knee. Side / upper knee. And here to there. Kind of like that. All right. So that's 70–60% of what the fur is going to look like. A lot more detail to add, but I'd like to get almost everything roughly done before we start doing details. There's also a scar on the stomach, but we'll be adding that much later, not right away. It won't be during this step. Same with the little heart. Okay, it looks like he has white claws. Oh, little kitty cat's back. She's 8. All right. Okay, so onto the clothes. So we'll grab another template. This will be the pants. And they are kind of a latex black. Something like that. Boom, boom, boom. These portions are awesome, including the straps on this. So we'll have to go into face select and do this. 1, 2, and 3. That was the wrong part. Oh, that was the belt. Gotcha. Undo that. We want to target this one. I should have known because the amount was incorrect. The amount that I was changing. All right, so we got the straps down, looking good. And then it's like a white fabric. So one more. Doop. Let's call this belt fabric. And just inherit color for now. It'll be these ones. Boom, 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 and boom. That one. Then we'll go to full selection. This one. And I suppose these ones as well. Right there. Hard to tell with the jacket in the way. That's okay. We'll figure that out later. Take a little sip. All right, all right, all right. Next is the trim. So there's like a colored trim. Right now we're only going to do one set of colors, so it'll be the blues. And then we'll do the rest later. Right, yeah, blue and purple. So call this one the trim. And for now, we'll just do a bright orange just so I know which section it is. And we'll change the colors inside this folder. For now, we know it's going to be it's going to be this section. Nope. This one. Nope. That we need. Let's just go ahead. Manually select it. I can see it. It's this one and this one. Okay. So here and here. That. And then the trim on the hoodie, which will come from this section. This is the hoodie here. So it should be that, pretty much. Interesting. We'll have to kind of figure out what to do there. For the most part, that's correct. And it goes on both sides, which is, wait, no, it just goes on the top. And then we'll want it to go here. Yeah, like that. Perfect. And then that's a zipper, so we won't go into that. But all right, so generally that will be the trim area. And we'll differentiate the colors once the character is in Unity. For now, it'll just be kind of a placeholder. All right, sunglasses. We will actually need to create one more material just for glasses. Actually, there should be a way to do it with the transparent clip material inside of Poyomi. Should be possible. A lot of things should be possible. Let's call us glasses now. Grab the selection tool, boom, boom, bam. And we'll make this just black. And then in here, we'll drop another folder and we'll call this lens. This one will be the lens, which would be that roughness there, and opacity, like so. So just a really rough version for now, something like that. We'll have a little fade on it, but for now that works. So, good blockouts. I'm going to turn off the body, and we're going to focus on the clothes. So first with the pants, we're going to make a template folder. It's called pants wrinkles, pants folds. And we're going to get our cloth object. Excuse me. So we can make more of these. For now, it's color, height, and norm. These are the ones we're targeting. So we're just going to do all the wrinkles first. We'll do everything else after. Cloth 02 would also be called a baker. 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 This one will work for now. Normal. No, it won't work for now because it does have some artifact date, so we want to use this one. So we'll take the normal base, height, and occlusion. Yes. Yes. Drop those in here. Say cloth. Actually, before we do that, cancel. I would want to rename this. Cloth underscore 02. Boom. No. All right, there we go. I'd rather have these named properly. And we're putting them into the cloth path. Texture, 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 import. All right. Now we can drag these out. Normal, height, base color. We're going to set this onto a cylindrical projection. Then we're going to make a white mask. Turn off repeat. Shrink this. Generally, these are one set of wrinkles we can use for this. What? There shouldn't be a seam there. Bullshit. There also shouldn't be lines at all. All right, so we're going to have to go back and fix some stuff, but we can see it starting to work. Starting to. I know what's going on. Let's turn off the color for this. Nice, so we can really see kind of the effect that it's having, which I think is pretty cool. Something like that. And we can go, if we turn off the normal. So that's just the height. Doesn't look as good. But the normal doesn't have the artifacts. Interesting. All right, well, that's better. Then we'll just use the normals. And so this will be PF, pants folds, layer. But what? And we're going to add a mask. In that mask, we'll add a fill. And the fill, we'll use a gradient. And what we can do is position this gradient onto the pants. We're going to use this kind of gradient. Wait. So, and now we can really easily just blend it in, hopefully. Yeah, I mean, that looks pretty good already. Let's just get it above the cuff. Right about there, I think. Now look at that. Damn. Looks good. Now we can go ahead and start adjusting the balance of it. Contrast. Something like that. All right. Then we can also just continue to adjust the projection itself. This allows us to kind of lock in the look we're going for. Yeah, I like having the fold on that side. That makes a little bit more sense. Let's try to center it just a little bit more. And then we'll just duplicate it, which allows us to move the material up and the mapping up. So we'll kind of do a little bit of that. And now we can blend it together, and we can just keep going. We're going to get some crazy realistic looking folds for cheap. Because I am a genius. Definitely felt like kind of a revelation on like going, oh, I could just make my own cloth wrinkles. I can just do that now. I know how to do that. Wow. Wow. I do want a little bit more variation though on this because some of the wrinkles aren't quite what I prefer, but damn, being able to blend them together just makes it instantly look so much better. We can always go to the normals here and just kind of lessen them a little bit. But I'm going to go full out for now. I can also lessen them individually. But yeah, that's going to be the game plan. Create amazing wrinkles. All right. Now, what I'd also like to test is let's just focus on this bottom now. We do have a roughness value. If I was to drop this in, that means it gets shinier in the crevices. So I'd like to invert this. Let's add a filter on, filter just for the rough, to invert. Wow. That's not what I'd like. I don't want it to look like that. Oh, but just rough. That's why. Okay, there we go. I was like, dang, that came out weird. And then we can also add a levels to just the roughness again. And we're going to try to just make it so it's only affecting the inside. And we can also set the roughness on the folds to be something like linear dodge. So that way it gets darker in the crevices of the folds, but it stays the same outside of them, which I think is important to really sell the look of this. Additionally, you can also take this color, add it to height, and set the base color to multiply. It's a little too intense. So we'll just kind of lessen this top layer. Right about there. Just enough to get that nice look. Nice wrinkly look. Dude, I'm pleased with this. So that's the folds. We did layer 1. I'm going to go to PFO1. And change the bottom of this gradient. I'm just going to move it way out here. So I can then add a paint to this and just paint out this section here. Is that not what I'm doing? I don't understand. I'll have to do. But that way, the wrinkles can go all the way to the crevice here. It does look like I need to adjust the point here because we can see how it pinches right there. So if we rotate it this way, that will create a more convincing look because it kind of follows the, match a cylinder to a cylinder. All right, perfect. Feeling pretty good about that. I'm going to go ahead and turn the roughness of the latex material up a little bit. Maybe not quite that far, but pretty far. So they're like shiny, glossy pants. And then make them a bit darker. But I can't go all the way dark because I want them to still have shadows. So something like that seems good. All right, I'm going to delete this one because I want to take all the work we did on this one and move it into the next layer, PFO2. All right. Now what we'll do is we'll take that, we can delete paint layer, that's fine. We're just going to move our gradient to like here and here. Just moving it up. And then we're going to take our I'm going to take what? Layer here and move it around. Like so. I'm going to rotate it. I want to get that variation. And then rotate it to kind of follow the, again, the kind of curvature. Object, damn, that looks good. A little intense, but always lessen it later. I think that looks awesome. The problem is we're getting kind of the same quality. That's why it's blending together so well. We don't want it to repeat too often. I'm going to go to our gradient here. And I actually am going to switch it to standard gradient. Flip it. Where's the gradient part of this gradient? I'm going to go to my mask view. There we go. I want it to be like this. Awesome. Then we'll duplicate this. Let's make sure it's set to linear. Dodge, rotate it, go the other way. That way we can have a blend, but we have control over both sides. Perfect. Also give it to make sure. Perfect. Back to material view. We're going to squeeze this one. Wait. Oh. Okay. So we're going to add one more paint, put it at the bottom, select the whole thing. We want the whole pants to be revealed here. No, that's stupid. We're going to replace this. We're going to add a white mask. And then we're going to add a fill with the gradient that we just did. No repeat. because I realized that we're trying to the hide parts of it, not necessarily. Anyway, this works better. That, and of course, duplicate. We actually need to set this to multiply both of these. This one will move down this way, just trying to get a nice blend between the two layers. And then our top here, we'll just move up a little ways. This is a new workflow, so I am just still figuring it out. But very excited about. Oh, so this is the correct setup. Now we're just going to duplicate this. This will be PFO3. I'm going to turn off the gradients just so I can get a really good visualization of how I'm moving it around. So I'll go here. I'm actually going to flip this completely. Grow it. Kind of position it a little bit better. Scoot it over. Rotate it. Yeah, just something like that. A little busy, but just trying to get that necessary variation in there. Then we'll turn on our masks. Boom, boom. For this one, we'll move it up a ways. Wait. Boom, boom. This one, yeah. Right around there. Let's get that to smooth out that part. And then smooth out in this part. Right there. Dope. I really love that. It's a little pockmarked there. I don't quite like how it's looking. So we're just going to try to spin it around. That looks a lot better. But man, that just adds so much realism. And then I can also just manually paint out certain parts of it. So I do need to keep that in mind if I want to just get a more specific look. All right. Next, duplicate, remove the paint, PFO4. And for this one, turn off the gradients. Grab the object, move it up rotate it. Get it aligned with the cylinder. Boy, oh boy, does that look like real wrinkles. So pleased by that. Let's actually rotate it this way, move it down like so. All right. Grow it a little bit. Then let's bring in our gradients. So let's start with this one. This doesn't need as much work. In fact, I'm just going to delete that one because we only want to blend it from the bottom up like that. All righty then. I will create another set of cloth um, for the fabric up here. So we'll kind of switch what we're doing in just a moment. I really enjoy how this is coming out. Ugh. Duplicate again. PFO5. Now I realize that it is actually affecting these straps. So let's go ahead and create a paint and just remove it from that object. All right, all right, all right. Take our cylinder, move it up. These ones is kind of a upper body part. Actually, I like that. Yeah, that looks super good. Perfect. Then we'll just get that gradient, move it here, like so. And just kind of adjust it a little bit. Something like that. Excuse me. All right, one more time. PFO6. Yeah, we can leave the paint in there. It's fine. Move it up. Up, 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 up. I'm going to turn off that gradient just for right now. Scale up. Scale out. Like that. Move it in a little ways. I think. Yes. God, that looks good. I like to be able to see the rest of this object. So I'm going to say jacket. Grab this one. We'll make it red just so I know it's temporary. And also turn the opacity way down. But I want to do this. Boom. Boom. Okay. That will allow me to see what's going on in here. Excuse me. Okay. Good enough for now. Back to the pants, back to the folds. Grab this. Move up. scale up. It's all right. I think we'll definitely want to tweak it a ways. Maybe let's try rotating it. All right. I mean, that just matches what we have there a little too well. Let's flip it. Down, rotate in. Okay. Also, we have these pockets here. We'll probably want to exclude the pockets. And then we'll add some like smaller wrinkles. Yeah. I think we need to squish these down. That and raise them up this way and a little bit that way. Then back to our gradient here. We're actually going to flip it so that it blends downwards. Kind of like so. A little bit better. But then we'll also want one going the other way. This way. All right. Doop. Doop. Oh, interesting. Okay. Again, also another paint layer for pocket. I would like to remove the pocket from this influence. That's adding it. This is removing it. Go to mask. All right. Onwards and upwards. Duplicate. PF. 7. Back to our little thing here. Turn off the mask. Just focus on finding a good spot for all the wrinkles. Flip it again. Move it up. I think I just want this one to be the final one. It's funny that I feel like these need to get compressed more the closer we get to the top. Yeah, like look at that. Well, it's just fine. That's just what it is. So we'll start with this first gradient, just for blending this spot. Move it up. Right around there, I guess. We're also including this little pocket, which I didn't think we did. That's okay. Boom. It's fine. Then the second gradient here, we need to move this way. Just find a good spot for it to blend everything. Boom. I think we need to paint this. Just that part right there. It's looking a little funky. Also need to double check what's causing that. That's the mesh. All right, that's a little concerning. I just need to create sharps. Should be straightforward to do. Should be. But dang. I think this looks pretty good. I hope I'm not just feeling like in love with having figured it out. But I do think it looks convincing. I think the shadows are a little strong, these little colors. So if I go to the roughness, I might adjust how strongly it's fading out those spots. Should have some influence, but maybe not quite as much. Just enough to give it some variation. So that's fully doing it. That's with it. Yeah, definitely needs a little. Okay. All right. Hopefully the last layer here. PFO. Ocho. Let's turn off our masks for that layer. And we're just seeing what it's doing. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So for this one, we want the paint for the pocket. But not the butt. So erase out the effect it has on the butt. Pocket's still unaffected though. Oh, I spelled them wrong. Tokla should be Toklo. Shit. That's actually it's actually kind of a bum. I have to go to fix that. It's oddly painful. Hmm. Oh well. It won't affect the final products, just purely naming convention. But it is annoying that that's a problem. Oh well. Go here, and we're just gonna move this side up. About there. Take out the contrast, take out the balance. Something like that. So we have a little bit of indentation right where it touches the pants. But other than that, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe a little overly detailed, but I like it a lot. And this will certainly be an effect I use all the time. Oh. We'll go roughness, set there. And we're actually. This isn't the optimal way to do all of this in some sense. I think if I had stacked it in like as a layer of masks, that might have worked a lot better. But this will work. This will do. Actually, we're gonna make one more. We're gonna go here, duplicate. No, we'll duplicate this one. Boom, and we'll move it down. We'll call this one 0, 0. Because I want it to be the pant cuff. I mean, damn, that looks good. I'm quite pleased with that. To be honest, quite pleased. Oh. Now, if we go back to the clothes, I do want to. We'll call this jacket mask. This is purely to just hide the jacket. All right. Dope. Now, let's focus on the jacket wrinkles. But before we do that, we want to make another set of wrinkles, just one that is slightly different. The reference I was given, the wrinkles for the cloth is much higher frequency, so it just has a lot more. So we're going to try to mimic that. You can see how many more are there. Not too many more, but we just want something that kind of matches this look a bit better. The ones on the pants are close, and we'll probably mix in a few, but I'd like just another variation, and should be easy-ish to add. But actually, looking at the jacket, where'd it go? Did I close it already? Why did I close it? Perfect. There were also some pants references, so strap. Let's do that. Awesome. Drop that here. Oh, I just downloaded a link. Oh, it's because that's actually the link. Gotcha. Just this one. Let's delete this. Okay. Plus. So I don't think, based on the reference I was provided, it is kind of a latex material. So I think that this one's more reference for the design that's on there. I might add the zipper to it. That's about it. Instead, we'll just focus on getting. So this has like a little fabric, spelled fabric. So it's well, fabric. I think something like this. You know, it's a sweater material, but this should work when we scale it up. Yeah. This. We'll just rotate it 90 degrees and tile it up. But yeah, it's got that like thick fabric look, which I think is a good effect. And then the color, do less of a brown, more black, and this should go definitely more of a white. That looks pretty good. Contrast with nice. And then there will be some script or text there. Let's set this to 10. Will that even show up on 4K? Yeah. Okay, perfect. Set it back to 2K for now. And I'll be back. I'm gonna go to the restroom. Yeah. VR. Wait. Ooh. Ugh, I've been muted. I've been muted. I hate when that happens, but not much has changed. We're just working on getting this clothing baked. So I'm going to do that. We're going to take these. This will be the start of our high poly version baking them. Let's actually back up just a little. Take these. Okay, I should go ahead and just combine that. Transform. 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 Nope. Shouldn't have done that. Perfect. That's all right. Okay, so here is our low poly version. And we're going to duplicate the collection. This one will be our high poly. Gosh darn it. High poly. Take our Toklo clothing one, hide it. Then here is our high poly version. We'll just Q, mesh, Control J. Control transforms. Then we'll add on top of here subdivision surface, which we'll hit twice. All right, this is just to get those high quality normals and occlusion. Cleanup is required, but it's not too bad. File, export, fbooks. Close. Export. And what I like about this is that everything will be in its own collection. And I actually think there's a lot of usefulness in that. Because I've noticed that the more materials I have in one substance painter file, the slower it tends to go. You can hide that for now. Perfect. All right, pretty much everything held together through that. And now we can go ahead and edit fake mesh maps 4K. We want to select our closed high poly. Fake Toklo clothes. I should have made sure apply diffusion is on. Doesn't look terribly different, except actually the jacket looks much higher quality. Diffusion. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash. That's what I'm afraid of right now. All right, all right, all right. Yeah, jacket looks really good. So smooth. So smooth. Pants don't look terribly different just because these normal folds are pretty strong. But I know that it's different. Anyway, so that was the thing. Now we do have two files, one for the body and one for the clothes. It's okay. Mostly did it because I think the torso normals look a lot better this way. I swear I'm saving. All right. So I'm going to delete the jacket. No, I'll leave the jacket mask. That's fine. We're going to go to template. We're going to drag out this for the jacket folds. And just use this right now to identify where that is. So we only want to affect actually, let's just do jacket folds sleeve. So just the sleeves for now. That will certainly simplify this process. We'll hide that, and I'll go to the pants. I'm going to copy this and paste it here. All right. So for the pants, first step is let's hide the masks. Grab this guy, move him up here, and rotate him. Just trying to line him up with the sleeve. Shrink. Awesome. Now let's turn off the color for now and the roughness. In fact, let's delete the roughness there. That's not necessary. It's context. All right, but I think I will go to texture set settings, add ambient occlusion. And then there, guess what? We're dropping in the cloth O2 ambient occlusion. Nice. I think we'll also put it into the color. It's already there. We just need to set this to multiply. Maybe turn it down a little ways, something right around there. And voila, actual wrinkles on the cloth. Wrinkles that look, in my opinion, and we'll call this jacket fold sleeve O1, that look quite good. They look realistic more than anything. Nice. Pretty pleased with this. But I do probably want to switch up. It shouldn't be, both these objects shouldn't have such intense detail, so we're going to have to find a way to get a little bit of variation in there. For now, it's fine, but it will be necessary. So, first though, let's grab this gradient. I'm going to move it over to the sleeve. And I think we'll go ahead and flip it this way. So we can kind of blur out this side there. And back to the gradient, duplicate it, flip it, and we're going to have it nestled right in here. Why isn't it? Ah, I see. Okay. Some of this is the normal baking. Not all of it. Some of it. All right. Perfect. So let's go to the full sleeve, grab the normal. We're just going to lower that a ways, probably right about there. All right. And we're going to go make some more wrinkles. Make more wrinkles. What does that mean? Well, you're about to find out. You are about to find out. So, first let's save this. I'm going to close Substance Painter, save this, in the file, open recent, cloth, fold, bake, test. So, create a few of these. Or we've tried to. Why can't I just duplicate this, please? Hello, Blender. Copy, paste. Why was that not working? Anyway, so Cloth Sim 04. It's the fourth one we're making. Basically, we just literally simulate cloth folding. That's how it works. We get kind of like something like that. And this is good. It's quite good. But we just want to add some variation. So to do that, we need to adjust our bones because these are controlling how it compresses. And so we previously made cloth 02. Now we're going to make a new one. This will be cloth. Actually, should be cloth 3. We'll say it. Cloth 3. Perfect. So this one, what can we do to kind of change it up? Oh, that's really cool. I think we start the twisting early is the solution. So For both of these bones, go in here to Control Tab. We want to find their rotation values. Oh, God. So these here, delete. Oh. All right, that's just location. Okay, so this one, delete. And if we go back to the beginning, I can say Alt R, I, rotation. And then go to the final keyframe, Alt R, I, rotation. So that way, rotation's the same, at least for this test. Then here, go ahead and delete that. Go back to the beginning, Alt R, I, rotation. Go to the final one, Alt R, I, rotation. All right, so all of that was done so that the beginning, we can immediately start rotating. Like this, RZ, I, rotation. And we'll go to the end. Actually, copy these, Control C, Control V. I guess I could just delete these values. That way, just twists, perfect. For this one, I want to twist the other way. I, rotation, delete these keyframes. Okay, so play. Because that should give us more folds. Seems that we are twisting a bit too much, mayhaps. Or alternatively, that this is too big. Somewhere around here, we have these nice twists. I mean, it's nice, but like, that's not what the sleeve should look like. So, back to the drawing board. Let's get this one. Go there, all the way back, Control Tab, A, and I just want to delete the rotation values for these objects. Boom, boom. And we just play it just normally. Scrunches like a normal object. So, okay, that's possible. Let's also try one where we go to our subdivision here and increase it to simulated amount. Now that just creates, well, I mean, that's nice. So it looks like a little bit too much cloth. Excuse me. All right. Alternatively, we have this here, and we can um, how do I get rid of that influence in the middle? I guess I could just do this. All right. decent. I'd still like some twisting. Um, so go back, Control Tab. This one. Is no. No, wait, there we go. Boom. So I rotation, and then I rotation. Oh, wait, let's rotate. Rotation. So try again. Just a little bit of rotation. It crumples too much though. So I think we need to scale this back up. Try again. Not bad, but the cloth itself, funky. So let's see what we can adjust. The pressure. Let's set this to 100. That's funky. How about -32? Hmm. It's not bad. Do we need a pin group for the vertex group with this pressure? No. Interesting. Okay, so let's try 32 again, or just 4. Okay, too strong, but better. Interesting that it seems to just kind of, but that's exactly what we want right there. This kind of shape. All right, so um, let's just, so 2 was good. Let's try 1. Just wish it wasn't doing it just in the middle. Let's try 0. I don't know. Okay. 0.25. There's a burp trapped in my chest. Okay. Also very good. Yeah, I think this one's pretty high quality. I wish we just had a little bit more wrinkles in the middle. 0.1. All right, so we had this initially at 1 and this at 2. That created us a nice crisp wrinkle like that. We definitely want this one. So I will go ahead and mesh this and actually duplicate it. Oh no, I did not want that. Duplicate it. Hide the 4th one. I like the sim settings we have on that. Play again. Find the correct spot. Take this one, mesh it, subdivide it a few times. So we just want it really nice and high resolution. Yep. And then we want to just make sure it fits nicely into the baker. I'll actually take the top edge, just extrude it straight up. And then File, Export FBX, Substance Painter V2, Cloth 03. Export. Save. All right, now that we've done that, we can close Blender. We're going to go back to Painter, but we're not going to open the character up. We're going to go to my cloth baker scene. I have a substance file for my cloth baker. And let's go ahead and adjust our mesh map here. So we move this one and we add the one we just made. Cloth 03, open. And then bake this file. Takes a while, but bada boom. And voila, so here it is, that mesh baked down into textures. And now we want to go ahead and bring the textures we just made into our character project. So File, Export Textures, we will adjust this so we can put it into a new file folder here. And everything looks good. Export. Save. Perfect. Now I will open our character. And open the files we just made, which is where? Personal work here. Cloth 03, we just want to rename these. Should have renamed them in the other one, but whatever. Cloth underscore 03. Save. All right. So these are the 3 files we're bringing in. Cloth. And of course, texture, texture, texture. Import. All right, perfect. Now we can go to these folds we're making here. We're going to duplicate this one and bring in the new assets for here and here and here. Now we can just move this up And voila, our beautiful twisted fabric. Oh, my back hurts. So I'm going to kind of expand it so that it's closer to that original size. I'm also going to turn off the masks we have for it so we can see it blend a bit better. Right about there. A little bit closer. And rename this O2, just our mask. This one is fine. This is the one we want to move here to be this way. All right, but now got just a nice variation in our cloth. I think this is a little too high frequency, the lower one. So we will adjust that this way by doing the balance contrast. And like that. All right, now it blends a little bit nicer. All right. I do actually want to kind of redo my cloth bake for the first set of textures because it's ready to go. It's ready to be rebaked right here. This one. We just need to add onto it because you can see the low resolution. See how it's almost a grid pattern right there? We just want to slap on it subdiv twice and then file export FBX to cloth 01 with the Substance Painter v2 export. It's going to replace that file, which is good. And save, close, back to Painter. We'll open up our cloth baker. And we're going to bake that first one again. File, edit, bake. Measurements. That's the file we just exported. We'll bake the new textures. Is the ambient occlusion messed up? We'll see. Save. Next step is now to export them back into the project. Character project. So we just do file, export textures, and we would like to overwrite the ones in here. Excuse me. Perfect. Export. Save. All right. Now we go here, look at the ones we just overwrote. We would just like to rename them really quick. Cloth underscore 01. Cloth 01 and cloth. The normals are the normal and the AO are the most important. But we'll bring them all. Drop. Cloth. Boom. I can hear somewhere in my apartment complex a neighbor's smoke alarm has run out of battery. All right, so we brought it in. Now we can go back to Toklo and just continue layering all these wrinkles onto arms, which look pretty good. It's kind of an odd bump right there, but that's all right. So back here, we will now duplicate this one. Just continue to move it up the arm and replace with our cloth 01. Perfect. Boom. 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 So those are what we just baked. We're going to kind of squish it down because it looks good that way. Maybe give it a little rotation. And then most importantly, move these masks around so that it blends a little bit nicer. Something like that. Perfect. That looks quite good, in my opinion. Now, I want to really emphasize that there is a material difference. So one way to do that is to just make sure that this normals end on this. So we're going to add a paint layer. Find this first object right here, or this first stripe, and just paint it out like that. I'll actually paint out the next one too. No, that's fine for now. We'll kind of layer them all a little differently. But yeah, see how, doesn't that already look like a different material due to that? Again, this might be a little bit strong. I can always go back to our normal here, just kind of lessen it. So way strong, less strong. This one looks odd. Maybe a little squished. Perfect. All right, but I think it's looking pretty good overall. It's fun to be able to layer these in so quickly. Painting them by hand would be a nightmare. A literal nightmare. Very literal nightmare. All right. Now, I would also like to just add some of this onto the body of the jacket. Drop that there. And this will be jacket folds body. Delete that layer. We will duplicate this one and we're going to paste it into this layer. Now what we'll do here is first just move this over, kind of adjust the rotation and get it more of an appropriate scale. Scale it up and then add it to there. Boom. Okay. 2 pi. But not too bad. Let's squeeze it down. Set the base color to multiply. Lower that right around there, so. Then go to the normal, and again, over that. So it's just like, just a little bit of wrinklage. And then I think we'll put in the cloth I just added, cloth 01, to here instead. It should work a little bit nicer with this. That's something like that. And then we, of course, move these gradients around. We'll want to switch this to jacket fold body 01. Take our gradient. And actually, just go ahead and separate it from the bottom there. And maybe the top a little bit too. Oh, yeah. Before I do that, this should, yeah, perfect. Move it up a little ways. Squish it down. And that's all right. One more. Flip it. Move it up. This is just the main blend on the body. Yeah, look at that. That looks nice. Maybe a little much, but it's nice. Okay, then back to here. Lower that normal influence a little bit. But wrinkles. I wish I could view this on the character's body. Make it a little bit easier to see what is going on. Okay, next one. Duplicate this. We'll grab our gradient. We're going to move that up. Hide our masks really quick just so we can visualize this. Rotate it. Something like that looks pretty good. And why is it getting cut off right here? Is that it's not the cylinder that's doing that, not the projection. Oh, gotcha. Of course. There we go. All right. So we can delete this one. This is the bottom one. Kind of move it up a little ways. Flip it actually up. This is just the soft blend on the bottom. And then we've got a soft blend on the top. And like that. Just looks quite good. Now I do want to make sure that my cylinder, okay, perfect. It's only affecting, but I like this wrinkle. I think that looks quite good. This is a really harsh cutoff. And that's because I've lowered that too much. I just need to put it right about there and then adjust with the balance and contrast instead. Like that. Perfect. All right. A wrinklage added. Let's go to ambient occlusion. I just kind of want to lower that a little bit. Maybe right about there. Nothing too intense. Too intense. It's so odd that we can't visualize the ambient occlusion that I'm adding. What's up with that? Anyway, pretty good. Pretty good. I'm just going to go to normals just right here and turn it down just a touch. Just a touch. Perfect. All right, I think it's time we begin to view this in the game. So we're going to start setting up our materials inside of Unity. And so I've got most of the materials blocked out. Man, the wrinkles add a lot. It's like already just like, oh yeah, that's fabric. Sometimes it takes a little bit more to really make that convincing looking. But here's the character's body here. Now this is the most unfinished so far, but we'll be adding just some because it needs to like some fur kind of texture to pull that apart. I think we'll be making from scratch some brushes tomorrow to really stamp in like a fur material. But most importantly, let's go ahead and export the character into Unity. So Toklo, we have our low poly character and assets. I don't. Yeah, okay. We'll just export it like this. It's a little odd, but it's a little bit easier than. I don't want to change the positioning if I need to update the painting files. That will get annoying. But perfect. So here's the folder. Cancel that. Come on, Unity. Load, please. All right, we're just waiting for it to load. Here's a character I have been working on lately. Almost done with her. I'm going to be selling her soon on Gumroad and Booth. My goal will soon be to just start coming out with like a lot of characters for sale. I'm not going to worry too much about making them like perfect because I think it's more important to just get used to making them. And the perfection will come. All right, but here's Toklo making his scene. Open that up. Grab this file location. Back to Blender. Take everything here. We should rename the materials. This should be. I can't rename them just yet. All right. Export to here. Toklo FBX. So it's Painter V2. Bada boom. Save. Now we have the character. Boom. All right. Looks a little funny, but that's okay. We can just move the pieces around here. Actually, if I set this to 0. There we go. Awesome. Now the materials, we have a textures folder that we will now begin to take these textures, send them into. As soon as it loads, we'll use our first file folder. Then we'll use our Unity Poyomi V4 4K export. Save. Usually it shows it while it's doing it. That's okay. Then for the close, go here. File, export textures, Toklo clothes. Once again, go to this folder. We'll only have to do this once, but Undi Poyomi v4, 4K, export, and save. It's odd. It usually has a loading screen when it's exporting them. Okay, texture is exported. Let's go ahead and make the materials. So, Toklo, body. We'll go ahead and set this to the Poyomi shader. Is it an outline? I suppose so. Duplicate these. So now we have Toklo eyes and Toklo clothes. Like so. We'll go to our FBX file. And then drop these in there. Boom, boom, and boom. Apply. Okay. Then, because there's always more to do, we're going to begin to assign the textures. All right. Then the normals, body, normal, fix, close, normal, fix, eyes. We don't need a normal for the eyes. Then all of these, we want to turn on shading, reflection specular. Open this up. The body will drop in our smoothness and metallic. Smoothness, metallic, merge. And then for the clothes, clothes, shading. No, reflection specular. Maps, smoothness, metallic. Confirm, merge. Bada boom. Lastly, for all of these materials, lastly for now, go to shading, set it to skin. Then the shadow tint turn down a little bit so we can actually start seeing the shade. Voila! All right. Dope. I think that's looking super good. Material's looking very glossy. We've got a nice. Well, actually, let's take all these two, set them to 4K. Streaming bitmaps and read write enabled. Epic. Takes a while. Bam. Yeah, look at that. Dope. Take the jacket, kind of move it back a little bit. All right, I think this is a great start. Definitely heading the right direction. Right now, I think the folds and wrinkles and stuff are looking awesome. Maybe a little too glossy. I don't think clothing, it looks kind of damp right now. But other than that, it's Yeah, actually, there is a cloth shader. Oh. Can't really see the difference, but I will assume it's better. um, awesome. Okay. Oh, there's also a AO map, which we can add. So we have the clothes. They do have their own ambient occlusion map. That may be a little bit strong. But the body also has two. And it just gives it those little soft shadows and crevices and other spots. That looks funky. But nice. I think everything's coming together pretty well. Okay. Um, the tail looks really good. I look how soft that looks. Look at this. Just got this nice soft shadowing. The normals are messed up here on the tail. I'll have to paint those out. Um, that's definitely inside out. That's okay. I always like that view. Reminds me of like Scratch from Ice Age. I think that's his name. Little squirrel. Okay. I'm going to call it here for this session. I may actually stream a little bit later, but I didn't work out today. I'm going to go work out right now and get some dinner, and I think I'll stream a little bit more after this. Um, if not, I'll be back tomorrow, but I am going to just turn the stream off for now. Come back a little bit later. If you're new here, please hit that follow button just to explain what's going on. I am an artist. I stream my workday, so I don't get distracted, and love to share it with you guys as well. So enjoy the rest of your day. If I don't catch you later tonight, I'll see you tomorrow for another 8-hour session. So, see you all then. Have a great night. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.